Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Channeling Spirit live readings every Wednesday here on my channel at 3 p.m. Sorry about the background. I didn't know that window was open. So please say hello in the comments. Let us know you're here. If you're a first-time viewer, let us know that as well. And let's see. Yes, please post your question with 3 hearts behind it so it makes it a little easier for us to see that and catch that. Hi, Nancy. Welcome, Nancy. Hi, Faith. Lauren's here. Hello. Babette. Hi. So as you can see, I have the lovely Jenny Harte as my guest medium today, and I hope to bring more guest mediums on this show as I'm guided. And she is a spiritual channel and Reiki master energy healer and teacher as well. So happy you are able to join me, Jenny. She also helps me manage and run my Intuitive Soul Rising Facebook private group page, which hopefully more of you will feel inspired to join us there, because Jenny is hosting every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern a regular intuitive mastery practice where there's fun games and exercises designed to help you stretch your intuitive muscles and just tune in. You don't have to be a medium. You don't have to have any special abilities to play along. It's just a good routine to get into so you can really start understanding how your intuition works for you, because we all have different clairs. We all have different ways that we receive messages from spirit. So that's a great practice to really understand what your own abilities are and to just get more confident in your own practice. Just having regular practice is so important. So and then we also have on-screen participants that come. So you practice in the comments. It's a private event. So you'll get like a link to it when you join my group. You'll see that we host those like every Monday. So you'll just go to the event page, click on the link when it's time to start, and practice in the comments, unless you want to be an on-screen participant, which we always encourage you to do because it helps you, again, boost your confidence and just get you more in the flow. Sometimes it's easier when you're on screen. Sometimes it's harder, but it's sometimes easier in a group, I find. So welcome, Jenny. Welcome everyone that's here.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I did have one more announcement to make. So we have that practice every Monday. That's always on Mondays at the same time. But I do host a different type of mediumship practice that's more for those who are wanting to practice channeling specific guides and different spirit guides. And that is a free Mediumship Circle group channeling practice that I don't host regularly. I host about like every 2 months or so as I feel guided, but I am hosting one next Tuesday. So we have the practice Monday, and then we have this practice coming up on Tuesday that is free to register for. You can reach out to me. My email and contact information is in the descriptions box below. If you want to register for that event, it is an online Zoom event, and all levels of mediumship are welcome. Practice at your own level of comfortability. So you can use divination tools, you can use angel cards. We basically just bring in a mystery guide. We practice sensing energy as a group. We channel messages for each other. It's a group effort, so there's no right or wrong. There's no it's all just go with the flow, and different guides will show up, so you'll get practice with that and hopefully more confidence in, again, your own intuitive abilities and how they work. So that practice is next Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yes, it's a Zoom call, so it is live in person, but you can practice in the comments on the call or just sit and listen in and watch how it goes if you want to just join us there anytime. So hope more of you will. And okay, so today, every week we have a guest spirit guide that gives us a group message. And this guide that I have with me, I'm gonna give you two choices. I always like to test everyone's intuition and get us all warmed up of who this guide could be. I'll give you a few clues. It is a celebrity musician guide. That isn't someone that I have necessarily channeled publicly, but do have a strong connection to, and as a personal guide on my spirit team. So it is a male musician, and he has basically been pinging me. I call it signaling to me for about a few weeks now that I knew he was around and wanting to step forward at some point in time. And I just went on my spirit drive today. I just left it open to see who would step forward. I heard he came in. I said, well, if you really want me to channel you for the group, then you're going to have to, you know how this works. You're going to have to, one of your songs is going to have to come on the radio in the next 20 minutes. So, and I would say this musician I don't hear his music specifically as much as most that I channel. So yeah. I wasn't even that confident it was going to happen. I was still kind of like trying to pay attention to other guides that could be around. And, but sure enough, about 15 minutes in, his song came on, clear as day. I got really excited. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm not going to do a little meditation. We're just going to just drop into our heart space, clear our third eye with our breath, and feel our grounding cord rooted to Mother Earth. Take another deep breath in and out. And I'm going to ask him to step forward into our space. And I'm going to give you two choices of who this musician could be. It's either George Harrison or Jimi Hendrix. So tune in, take a moment, notice any signs and signals from spirit that might clue you into which of these musicians it could be. They're both guides on my spirit team, so and some of you know that already, and some of you have done some group channeling with me with both of these guides actually at one point or another in some of our Patreon group events and our courses actually. So okay, let's see.
Okay.
Hi, Jim.
Yeah. After they guess, I'll share how it came through for me this morning, because that was kind of cool too.
Okay.
But I want everybody to guess first.
Yeah. So Lauren is saying George. Babette is saying George. Faith is saying Jimmy. Chaz is saying Jimmy.
Welcome, Chaz. He's new.
And Alyssa's here. Hi, Alyssa.
Yeah.
She's saying Brett Michael or a connection like that. All right.
Okay. Nancy's
saying Brett Michael, but yes, that's probably a clue, and for you specifically. And Nancy's saying George also. Okay. Hi, Chaz.
We have Jennifer is here.
Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. Okay, so I'm not going to wait too long to reveal because he does have a message for us to share. So it is Jimi Hendrix.
Mm-hmm.
And so just for Alyssa, that it's probably because of the scarf on his head that Brett Michaels wears.
Yeah.
That's why he's giving you that, I'm sure.
Well, that's how it came to me this morning too. So I was wondering who we were going to channel today. I didn't know yet. And I got this vision of this guy standing there with a bandana on, and I just automatically assumed it was Prince because I only got the visual. I didn't hear anything else other than that. And then Rachel messaged me and says that Jimi Hendrix is coming through, and I'm like, there it is. So then I went on the internet and I actually found the picture of the vision that I had this morning. So it was way before ever I knew, but it was the bandana for me that threw me for a second, because I haven't channeled Jimmy before. So
yeah, I know, and I haven't channeled Prince before, but but it was amazing because Jenny just asked on her own. Like you just like put it out there because you know that we're bringing someone in. Like it could have been any guy that showed up, and the fact that you got it like that spot on of a connection is awesome. I love that.
Any questions that I had whether anything was going to come through today, that was like, that just confirmed that, yeah, okay, I'm tapped in.
Yeah, and Alyssa saying she got bandana for sure.
Yeah.
That's it. And Chaz says, I've had star signs all day. Wow.
Cool. Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know any of the three of them.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay, so you don't know Prince? You don't know, or are you talking about the musician? Okay, so Jimi Hendrix is like old guitarist, famous guy. Actually, he wanted me to do this. Okay, I got to go back to my notes because he did kind of give me some notes, like once I, connected with him a little bit. He wants everybody to put down their, he wants me to ask you to type in the comments, what is your favorite Jimi Hendrix song? I'll tell you the one that came on the radio that clued me to that he was there. It was All Along the Watchtower. So it's not his original song. Actually, I found out it's a Bob Dylan song originally. So I thought that was interesting. He actually covered that particular one. And so, yeah, let us know what your favorite Jimi Hendrix song is. He wants me to say, mine is, there's a song he sings called Hey Baby, the Rising Sun. It's really good. It's my favorite one. And then Voodoo Child. I love that one always. But everyone needs to get out their Jimi Hendrix music.
I got to look because I only know the words.
Oh, there it is. Melissa's. Oh, hi, Melissa. How are you? Voodoo Child.
Yeah, hi, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, Lauren.
Oh, it is. Okay. It's Kiss the Sky is my favorite one.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, which was an early one.
Cool. I love it. And also, so George Harrison is from the Beatles. So his song for me, George Harrison, is Here Comes the Sun. Because I think he wrote that one.
Yeah.
Different Beatles wrote different songs, but then he went off on his own, and he has his own catalog of music as a solo artist as well. So George Harrison, and they knew each other. They knew each other because they were around the same era of music. But yeah, it's fun time. So so I kind of like asked Jimmy to start off so we can get his group message going. I was like, so why did you want to come in today? Or, what was so special about wanting to come in today? Because sometimes I look up their birthdays or death dates, because sometimes when they come in, it's because it's around their birthday. Well, It turns out his birthday is coming up on November 27th, but that's not why he said he was here. He said he's here. He goes, well, it's the 13th, and the number 13 is a goddess number. He's like, you all know how I was into the Foxy Ladies.
Yeah, right.
Because the song Foxy Lady is also a song. And he's a ladies' man. He's a lover, and definitely has a lot of, he was showing me, I knew this about him already because he already told me this when I first met him. He has a lot of Venus energy in his star seed heritage. Venusian energy comes in with a lot of that frequency. And then today he was telling me, and he carries a lot of the rose energy, which we work a lot with the rose frequencies and priest orders in my Patreon group. And last night we were just channeling. We did a big channeling and activation with the black rose. And he was telling me today that he has that's a strong frequency with him also. And he was saying, black is the color of female empowerment, because we were learning about the black rose and its power for transformation and what it represents on our soul evolution journeys. But it represents the dark mother goddess energy, and it's just the energy of night. It's the energy of like 0 point, the cosmic womb space of all creation. So a lot of us, have been taught to fear the dark, but the dark is the mother. That's the creatrix energy. So he's all about like the black rose and the empowerment codes that come with that. So that's what he said. I'm all about empowering women. And then he said, this is the age of enlightenment, and the goddess energy is resurrecting, activating, and like rebirthing on the planet right now. So he's definitely strong for that. And then he's reminding me, actually, one of the main reasons he kind of popped in a couple of weeks ago was to tell me that he wants you all to know that he wants you to practice channeling him. Like, he's the guy that would like, you know, people to practice channeling with. So get to know Jimi on your team. If you're not familiar, you can tune into his music and start to catch his vibes. He's about peace, love, and he's reminding me of the woods. So he's giving me like the peace, love, freedom, peace, love, freedom. That's what he's about. He was from the hippie generation, like when they were protesting like the Vietnam Wars and all that stuff. The Woodstock. So he's reminding me that that's one of his most famous concerts is Woodstock 1969. Yeah, so he's known as one of the best guitarists. And I just found out today also that he was left-handed. He was a left-hand guitar player, and I did not know that either. And that left hand thing keeps popping in for some reason, because ever since Fernanda asked on a different live about what it means to be left-handed, David Bowie was telling me on the side he's left-handed while I was channeling that. And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh, that's actually true. So it's amazing to find out like how many musicians were actually left-handed. I guess it's a lot more trickier to learn the instrument that way. But let me see what else he had. Are you receiving anything from him specifically? That was part of his message. Let me tune in more, because he was really highlighting the word freedom. I want a collective message. I want a collective group message. What do you have? He just keeps highlighting peace, love, freedom, and activation of your solar plexus. Okay, so he's wow. So he played with a lot of soul. I remember him showing me this when I first connected to him, how he would actually play with his guitar, like from like, imagine all the energy of the sun energy, like in your solar plexus, like just kind of like that creational force just coming out of you, that willpower just coming out of you. It's, he wants you to play from your solar plexus, like your song, your music, like with freedom. And like what he's showing, he's giving me a feeling, and it's like you just want to burst out of your shell, and you just want to go out there and, you know, like play your best show and not care who was at the venue before you, because he's reminding me that was one of his like little advice that he gave me one time when I don't know what I was thinking about. It must have been something with like, I was thinking about, I knew another kind of more famous medium that channeled him. And I was like, Jimmy, I don't know if I want to channel you because, you know, somebody else channeled you. And he's like, that's so silly. He's like, that's like saying you can't play at a certain venue because the Beatles played there before you. He's like, how silly is that? I was like, okay, that's true. That's true. Because he's all about your uniqueness, that you are a unique soul expression and of your own Christ consciousness energy. And he's saying he definitely plays on the frequency of Christ consciousness. So he's a starseed child. Like, he keeps highlighting the word, the song Voodoo Child, and I'm wondering why. Why are you highlighting that song? But because he wants you to know he's a starseed child. Like, he was one of those star seeds that was planted here, like very purposefully, that incarnated here to help us get that freedom movement going, to inspire us to create and play our guitar or music with whatever colors we want to use, whatever colors or frequencies we've got to share. And so he wants us all to know that you all have star quality, you all have star power. That's kind of why he highlights the solar plexus. It's the sun energy, it's the divine masculine energy. You all have your own gifts that are awakening now, and he's particularly like really emphasizing on feminine women, like divine feminines, like stepping into your power, step into your like get that divine masculine energy burning, like that fire burning, like the coals lit, you know, like that inspiration and creativity. Actually, he's showing me comes from the divine feminine to the masculine represents the muse, represents the inspiration. You are the inspiration that the creator creates from in a sense. Like he's kind of showing me like the mother and father aspects, or the creator creatrix aspects. It's the feminine represents the muse and is what inspires the masculine to want to play his song like loud in a certain at a certain like higher level, to reach the hearts of the woman, or to yeah, for the woman to feel inspired by the man as well. It's like a two-way street, but in general, it's all playing in a way that touches you at the heart level. At the heart level, and he's all about authenticity too. That's what he's showing me. It's all about freedom of expression, authenticity. Definitely no war, no hate. He's a peace-loving individual. He's going to bring in those peace hippie vibes again. He's like, it's everything's groovy, baby, like that kind of vibe, like free flowy. Like his vibration is very like flowy and electric. He's calling himself electric, very electrical type of energy. Like he can get you electrically charged up, and you're feeling more empowered and to speak your truth, because he was very honest. He was a very honest communicator. He didn't like, he just told it how it was. He was very gentle in his nature and down to earth. If you ever watch an interview, he's reminding me, I watched an interview and I was like, wow, Jimmy, like he's just going to tell you what's going on with him. Like, you know, like if he's tired and didn't sleep for, you know, 12 hours and he's getting an interview and he's like, yeah, well, I didn't sleep for 12 hours. And, you know, he'll be like that person that just kind of tells you what's going on with where he's at authentically. So that's why, and he's highlighting authenticity is the key to freedom, because it's all about being yourself and knowing what your God-given talents and mission like work is, and that the mission work comes from the star seed, like knowing why you're here to help lift everyone's vibrations and get them on that higher harmonic of peace, of kind of what the hippie movement was originally about. It got hijacked a bit with the drugs and the LSD and all of that. So it got distorted, and the waves of that, frequency of that, what the original thought behind that was about, got distorted in those times. And so, but he keeps highlighting, but you have the freedom to choose, you have the freedom to choose, you have the right to choose freedom every time. It doesn't matter what way the pendulum swings, if it swings to the dark or if it swings to the light. Like you have the freedom to choose what course of action you take to stay on your central path, to stay, because he's highlighting like the middle road. I don't know if he was a fan of Buddha or learned, he probably did study some Buddhist teachings, but he's highlighting Buddha, like wise words of Buddha, like always take the middle path, always take the middle ground. He's kind of showing, because with the elections and things like that, he did say this to me, and he's bringing it in now, like don't think that just because like if you were on the side of Kamala Harris, or I'm not going to get into politics, but in general, like don't think just because the woman didn't win presidency that it's a man's world now. It's a woman's world now. It's a female. This is all, there's a female empowerment movement going on right now. And we're all here. And he's like, including all of those on the other side in our spirit team. We're all here to keep that going, keep that creative energy going and flowing, no matter who is president or not president. It's not gonna, like everything's like where it needs to be. It's moving towards higher ground is what he's saying. So just ride that wave, baby. Ride that wave. Ride that Jimi wave, he's calling it. Ride that Jimi frequency. Remember what his music was all about. It's going to touch you at the heart level. That's the Venus energy that he comes in with. And I'm sorry, he's just talking my ear off right now, but he can be like that. He is very, like I said, he's a very friendly guide. And so, yeah, I hope more of you will connect with him on sometime. And Jenny, I want to hear what messages he's sharing with you.
Yeah, he's got a collective message, and he was showing me the snow globe, and the message is your world is being shook up like a snow globe, but not by an innocent child. All beings are shining through like glitter of a billion angelic warriors in all of you. This is your time, your mission. As my music may have sounded chaotic and loud to some, others got my messages, as you loving beings do. You need to listen to my lyrics and connect to the star family. We are all direct links to the love energy of healing all souls on earth.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So beautiful. He's such a poet and he's so poetic too in his expression.
Yep.
So that's beautiful and definitely sums up like everything that he was kind of showing me and sharing. And I just looked at the time. I'm like, are you serious? It's been like half an hour. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm sorry, guys. It's taking so long. But I'm not sorry because it's Jimi Hendrix. And while his message is, he's here for you guys too, to support
That's right.
you guys. So he like definitely reach out. But I was feeling like having you. I know we have Ursula who asked for a message for today. We couldn't find the original place where she asked, but I had said, yes, we will. So I'm going to ask you, Jenny, to like maybe tune into her team for a message for her. And it had something to do with just a general message from her team about home and career, or her home and career life and future path. And then as you're doing that, I'm going to tune in to Babette here, who has a question. So then I'll come back to you with that message.
Okay, that sounds good, Rachel.
Awesome. Okay, so Babette is asking, I recently connected to Katumi, and I feel he wants to assist me on my spiritual path. Does Katumi have any messages for me? So I'm definitely hearing, yes, he does. But I'm also being reminded and shown that Katumi is on that yellow frequency that that like solar plexus energy brings in, that I think the yellow ray or golden ray. As if I'm remembering that, but that's how I see his energy anyways, very much with that frequency. I'm hearing like, yes, he is reaching out to you. Just let me just pick more up on his signal though, because what is your message for her at this time? Higher spiritual guidance, like a spiritual mentor. I feel like you need to, what he's showing is you need to work with that frequency more, that yellow flame or frequency ray of consciousness is very highly activating for you. It's going to charge your solar plexus up, like synchronistically aligned with Jimi's message. And Jimi has a message for you, Babette. You need to tune into Jimi because Jimi's on your team. I kind of knew that already. I didn't know if he was going to want to mention that, but he is mentioning it. So I'm going to pass that message along. He's all about empowering women. So he's going to be, he's calling, like Jimi's saying this, like a go-getter. I think if he's either saying that about you either are like that, or he wants you to be more like that, or he can help you grow into that more. He wants you to have like a go get him attitude, like fire in your belly, like fire, just charged up, like excitement, and just you're kind of one of those souls that he views as being like ready to like just go and do it and be more like seen and visible in how you play your song, and the style you play your instrument is very unique to you, Babette. So back to Katumi, because that was like a side interruption. Have faith in yourself. That's what Katumi is saying. Have faith in yourself. Like all the stars will align. You have all your ducks in a row, kind of thing, is what he's showing me. Like the stars are positioned exactly where you need them to be right now. And he's highlighting like different galactic, like he's saying that with like a twofold meaning, because he's highlighting, and I'm literally seeing 3 stars like literal stars in the sky, like in a row next to each other when he's saying that you have them in a row. But there's 3-star galactic guides on your team that he especially wants you working with. Katumi is saying this. They're higher level galactic guides. You will know who I'm talking about, he's saying, because they're not guides that any of us would know. They're guides that are specific to you. But there is some kind of connection. He's also showing me the Orion belt. So that's kind of, there's a connection to that with these guides or these team members on your team. So I know you have a reading coming up with me that you won, Babette. So maybe we'll get more into that during that reading. But that's what Katumi keeps saying he's highlighting for you. These 3 galactic ancestors that are like elder guides on your team that he wants you working more like instrumentally with or consciously with or to get activated by, something like that for the mission work that you do. So I hope that resonates, Babette. That's pretty unique for that to come through in that way. But I'm glad Jimmy got that off his chest because I could tell I've known about that for a while, that he wants to work with you more specifically. Okay, so Jenny, for Ursula?
Yeah, so for Ursula, it was interesting because Mother Mary came through for her, even though we were here working with Jimmy today. Now I also know why Mother Mary came through this morning for me, because I thought originally that's who we were going to be channeling. And so the message for Ursula is home will present itself in a download for you. Take heart that your presence is needed in your current location, but know this is just temporary. And I'm being shown the number 7, and I'm not sure. Maybe Ursula will know more about what that number would mean for her. Work will continue to be in the presence of children. So if she changes her job, she works with children now. If she changes her job, she's going to still end up working with children. And they were also showing me her near water and trees. And the Mother Mary also has her warm guiding energy with you. She wants you to reach out to her, Ursula.
Beautiful. Oh,
yeah.
Love that.
So change is coming, but it's coming in, it's going to come in a download for you. She's very connected to get downloads. So she needs to tap into that. Her specific answer is going to come from her specific download.
Kind of catching up with the comments. That's beautiful. Thank you for channeling that. And I caught a couple of Babettes saying, oh, and then she says, I'm game. Yeah, bring it on, electric guitar. And a couple people shared their favorite songs here. Chaz says, so many. But Crosstown Traffic or Foxy Lady, both good ones. And Lauren saying, I love George Harrison. Here Comes the Sun. He had a fascinating meditation practice. Ooh, I have to check that. He came in last night with a message for me. Well, it's kind of personal. It has to do with my Patreon group. He's really quiet and shy in my field. He doesn't step forward very often, but when he does, he's like super to the point and precise and profound and super wise. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you, George. Like he came in with a message for my Patreon that had to do with that. But then he shot in like a side message for me where he was like, by the way, this is what you can say to that person. Like somebody had posted a comment on one of my short videos that I posted on YouTube, and I didn't know how to respond at first. And then I kind of forgot about that comment. And then he reminded me, and he just said, this is how you can respond to that comment, by the way. And I was like, oh, wow.
That's cool.
So wise. Like, I will. And I did. It was like the perfect answer that I couldn't think of how to say in the moment. He's so wise. I love him. So the bet is game. I'm thinking going back up.
Yeah, Nancy's the next one in line.
Yeah, so I will take Nancy. Can you channel for Lauren her question? Okay, so as I'm doing Nancy, let me go back up to Nancy. Hello, Nancy. Question, how am I doing on my path? Before I even read your question, I'm just hearing righteous path. which means you're on your right path, your righteous path. Okay, here comes Mother Mary. I feel her energy showing me this, or reminding me that righteous path means, one, you're always on the right path. You're always on the right path that your higher heart represents. Right. Oh gosh, how is she showing me? Or I mean, there's a way that they explain this. Righteousness is meaning, it means like, when you act, okay, she's explaining it. When you act in alignment with your highest truth, that's right action. That's what being righteous means. It does have to do with energy management as well. So for you, I think they're highlighting more like energy management and time management, I'm hearing. I'm hearing like time for more solo tasks, or like maybe time for yourself more, or what the feeling I was getting when they said solo tasks are like tasks that only involve yourself, like your own missionary work. So what I'm seeing when I'm getting that message is like you like meditating in like a lotus position and just like really going in on like into the inner work of like your own quantum healing journey. They're saying you will pick up more of the pieces there. Merlin has some advice and activations for you. It's okay. There's Merlin is coming in because I'm hearing it's time to get your wizard cap on. It's time to go back to wizard school. So that's like an activating kind of phrase that Merlin uses to sort of get you free flowing in your own like higher conscious mind. So it feels like many doors will be opening for you, or new opportunities to express your like empowerment or magic in different ways, like more diverse ways. So it feels like almost like you're being called to do something, or maybe you're questioning or doubting whether you should be doing more of this or doing less of that. And their basic general message underlying it all is take more time for yourself, like take more time for your own soul healing. So it feels like you might be very active in what you do and how you help others through your spiritual business and practices, but they kind of want you utilizing some of those same techniques, like even like self-hypnosis, things like that on yourself. So I don't know if you actually do lead yourself in your own, because I know Nancy to be a very, very good, because she's given me a session before, quantum healing hypnosis. She works with Reiki too. So I just feel they want you to tune to your higher self more. That's what the wizard cap thing actually means. That's what he means by wizard cap, is tune to your higher self, your higher self. So tune to source is another way of saying that. Merlin's like, that goes to for all of you. You're all in his wizard school on some level or another, even if you're not fully conscious of how you might be connected to his energy. The magician energy right now is very strong on the planet, and that's part of the archetypal energy that we are rebirthing and resurrecting now within our own like sense of self and soul, knowing who we are. So that's a powerful archetype and energy to work with. And Merlin's a powerful guide to initiate you on that wizard path. So I hope that resonates with you, Nancy. Thank you for the question. And Jenny has one for Lauren, Sunflower Skies.
Yeah, so this was interesting because I got a little resistance at first because she mentioned you in the
question. Right.
But that's all right, because if you know, I'll tell you what I got from it, and then you can see if you get anything. I don't work with Kalimar a lot, so it was very interesting, the message that came through. It's Lauren, your live messages are reaching out through ripple vibrations. Each person has a starseed connection and will present themselves personally. Those are the ones you will guide directly, but aren't those who connect with these souls, or doesn't everybody connect with these souls? Reach out into the many timelines. Your higher self will tell you this answer of who.
I love that. That sounds
Short and sweet.
Resonates for me. And it's just even funny because when I said that, I didn't actually pre-read her question. I just went, I was like, Lauren's next. So,
Yeah.
I wasn't guided to read it. And then as you started mentioning it, but even before that, my guides are like, well, you should answer this one too, or tune in also. And I was like, oh, and then I'm like, whoa, okay, she mentioned my name. But even that you said Kali Ma, it's interesting because she was one of the goddesses that I was kind of popped into my mind during my spirit drive when I was like not confident I was going to hear Jimi Hendrix
Yeah,
song.
you said that. Yeah.
I told Jenny before we got on, I'm like, I was not thinking that was actually going to happen. So I'm like trying to figure out what are the other clues. So my team is going to show me on who to connect with. And I was getting Dark Mother Goddess because we just did a activation with that energy last night. And I felt like Kali Ma would be good to bring in. So kind of funny. So I do kind of want to tune into her energy and just see if there's anything just if there's anything she wants to add to that, because I was when Jenny was reading that, I was being shown channeling as one of your gifts and powers. And so it's like she's highlighting channeling and soul activation gifts for others. It's like you activate others in ways that are very empowering. She's calling you a creative director of your own process. It's like you kind of understand all the ins and outs and ways that spirit works. You're very similar to me, very tuned in to your own magic and in earth magic as well. And you broadcast a very strong and powerful signal that will kind of going along with what Jenny's message was saying, will eventually reach those that are needed to hear it. Mm-hmm. So they're bringing me back to one thing that Bashar always says, that if you have a gift to give, meaning if your higher self feels called or excited to do something specific in the world, then know that the reason why you have that is because there's somebody already existing that needs that gift or needs that. So he says, if you're not following that up, you're being selfish. And that's how Bashar would say it. So, and that's kind of how Kali Ma would probably right on in there. She's just saying use your creatrix power and magic and give it a go. So I'm not sure if there's something specific you have in mind, but it is connected to your star. You were saying something about star
seeds. Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Each person has a star seed connection and will present themselves. Yeah. And that happens every time she gets on live. I end up seeing her live. So
yeah, and I need to watch you live, Lauren. I gotta tune in to your Facebook more so I can catch you when you are doing that. But I think that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. That's what they're showing me. That's what they mean. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. They're not wanting you to complicate it, but they are showing me for you the number 13. It's one of your power numbers. It's for some reason they're saying it's signaling you. They'll signal you with the number 13. So today is the 13th. So because you're highly tuned to the goddess energy and the dark mother goddess energy with Kali Ma and all of that. So tune to that more as well. And ask them to help you turn more of those gifts and powers back on. If you're questioning or doubting yourself in any area, ask them to help you reveal those gifts in a more powerful, enlightened way, so you can offer your services in a more a greater capacity, that highlight more of your authentic abilities. So I hope that
I'll show you
helps. Yeah. Okay.
And then you got that, and then she said this.
Yeah, creative director. Yeah, so interesting. Earth magic. Earth magic is Kali magic. That's what she's saying. The dark mother is Earth. Earth is the dark energy or mother energy. It's So we know nature. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so
the next one is faith.
Okay, and then how many more do we have after that? Anybody else?
I'm going to look because I might have missed one. I'll look because and then I had Benefsha next. but I'll look and see if anybody popped in after that.
Oh, okay. There are some like coming in more after that. So
Okay.
I want to continue to just go back and forth so we can kind of get through more questions. And I did want to ask, like, are you available, Jenny, to stay like maybe an extra 10 minutes?
Yes.
Not any longer than that.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I can.
Just to kind of, get more questions answered, because we are here for you guys. Okay, now I lost where I was at. I'm so bad at this.
Okay.
Go
I'm starting.
Fade. Question is for Ra. I would love a message from him. I feel that there's a deep connection between us. Okay, I feel guided to take Faith's question. Would you go for, will you take Benefsha's question, Jenny?
Sure.
Awesome.
Yep.
Great. All right, Faith, question for Ra. I would love a message from him. Feel that there's a deep connection between us. Yes, there is. I already know there is, but I'm hearing that too. I feel there is a type of calling between us. Can he elaborate on our bond and his role? Okay, so he in your life. So he's showing me that he plays like the father, like, okay, the father archetype for you. But he's showing me there's like a very strong like inherited bond. He's using the word inherited bond. And he's using the word like christening. So I'm not sure I'm going to know exactly what he's saying just all out the gate here with all these keywords. But I feel they're like keywords and activators maybe for you even to recognize or remember that higher connection. Because with the christening, he's kind of like highlighting, like baptizing you, like as if you were his child and baptizing you. By the name of the sword and the truth is what I'm hearing. So to be a warrior of spirit is what I'm hearing, having to do with the spiritual warfare. So I know I've channeled messages for you around this, but it's coming back in. Like you're a spiritual warrior on the team of like Christ Light, as we all are. But I know Faith has had literal experiences that she remembers in her astral dreams, like, fighting off demons and dark energies and stuff that are pretty out there, powerful in so many ways. But a lot of us are doing that, in maybe even unconscious, that we're having these experiences in our nighttime travels, because there's a lot of, again, astral clearing work that goes into our spiritual mission work here that not a lot of others talk about. But it is a fact of the matter that most of this is taking place behind the scenes. Not necessarily what we see in front of us is more staged and represents on some level what's going on, but not at the highest level of how it's actually going on, how they're actually kind of like these forces are manipulating us with like black magic and all these different astral warfare strategies. But so he's calling you a warrior and priestess of the light, high priestess of Ra. So you definitely come from the Ra collective lineage, the Ra confederacy, like very high up on that, like you're high up, I think is what he's saying, on the chain of like command. Like you are like a step down from Ra, is kind of what he's saying. Like, okay, what he's showing me is if like there was a chain of command, if you were talking in military terms, like your warrior priestess of light activations that he's taking you through. I feel like maybe you're being initiated through like a series of initiations or some type of rituals or practices that are going to take you down that pathway to come into more of a higher remembrance of that. So it's yeah, so I know Faith pretty well, but he's bringing in like, that's where you're like, oh God, what's her name? The Princess Xena or warrior princess archetype that you kind of resonate with that show. You've said before, oh, and your dragon energy too. Okay, so I feel like part of it is he's initiating you to work with the dragon collective energy more as well. It's like you're a dragon goddess of Ra. It's your birthright. It's like a royal birthright. And that doesn't mean like that anyone's special over anyone else. It's a remembrance code that activates within us when we like actually answer the call of what our true spiritual mission work is, and we start really connecting to our teams through our higher self and our connection to source, we start channeling guidance of our own. We start being shown these initiation practices, and that's why Merlin wants to work with so many of you, because he's really going to be a strong guide that will show you the initiation. These are spiritual mystery school practices that were taught in the days of Isis and Egyptian. They've been passed down from lineage to lineage. The Essenes, Mother Mary, they all studied the teachings of Isis, and these like hidden esoteric teachings and initiation rites and rituals. That's what these rose orders are all about as well. That really help you tap into that goddess energy and activate that goddess and divine masculine energy within, that like bring all your power back, or help you get more aligned to your memories as well, coming back. So I'm just hearing forward mission for you, like more mission work ahead. And yeah, let me know like if he's leading you through certain practices, or you feel like he's taking you through an initiation. But he's just, yeah, there's a strong father-daughter bond there. He really is like, you're one of his own. Okay, you are his child. That's why he was showing me in the beginning, like as if you were his child, and he's christening you or baptizing you in the light of Christ consciousness. So it's time to awaken. It's time to wake up, child. Most of us are children of Ra. If you, I'm not going to go into what that really means, but we're children of the sun. Ra is the sun god archetype. That many of these Egyptian teachings were passed down from. So anyway, solar god archetype that some of us are learning to work with more and have that be more representative, that energy representative on the planet. So, okay, I don't want to go too long, Faith, but I hope that resonates. I'm sure Jenny's got a good message to share.
Okay, this is for Benefsha, and it was interesting because it's like a two-part or two guide message too. So the first thing I heard was wondrous angels are surrounding you. And then I heard that song, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, like kept running through my head. Pay attention to the skies above. Listen to the quiet stillness, moments where we connect. And then Jimi jumped in and said, kiss the sky. And then I heard, I loved it. That's why I started. I was laughing on my own.
He'll butt in, like it's just
jumped right in.
Yeah.
And then starseed connections are reaching out. Your aura is a sparkling beacon for others, and you need to connect with clear quartz crystal with towers on it. So like a cluster of clear quartz. They were showing me.
Beautiful. I love that. Wow. So many people are loving all your messages, Jenny. Babette is loving them. Melissa. And yeah, and so I'm seeing the next one, and let me know if you can see if I'm missing anyone. But I think it's Alyssa.
Yeah, it is. And then Chaz was the next one. I missed Alyssa. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Alyssa.
Okay, so I'll let you choose. That's what I'm being shown. Choose which one you feel guided to answer, Alyssa or Chaz, and I'll take whichever one.
How about you do Alyssa and I'll do Chaz?
Okay, awesome. Hi, Alyssa. Okay, so that worked out really well, actually, because now I get to plug Alyssa. I plug Alyssa all the time, but
there you go. Yeah, we love Alyssa.
Yeah, she gave me an awesome reading, actually. A private reading. Gosh, was it last week? Last Friday, maybe? Just all the time goes by so fast. Yeah, it was last Friday. I booked a reading because she's been showing up on our lives, and my guides have kind of been nudging me for a while. I know it's funny that I would book a reading like for that, but you would be surprised. Like I have a lot of family that have crossed over, and with all the like work I do with my spirit team, it's like mostly when I'm connecting on that level, I'm just getting instructions on like, you know, what sessions to host and what downloads to share in those sessions. And so I don't like very often get to talk to my family on the other side. And I do have my guides kind of remind me, oh, it's time to pick up the phone and call your mom and this and that, because my mom's crossed over, and my father and many other family members. But Alyssa was the phone call to my family. And she is awesome. with her reading. So I got like so many good messages from her last week. So thank you, Alyssa. And let me tune in. So right away, like without even like, whoa, like overly like tuning, Mother Mary like stepped forward right away, like she's with you too. So I know we channeled messages for you a couple weeks ago about Mary Magdalene coming in. So, but she's also showing me Jesus next to you as well, like Jesus at your bedside is what I'm hearing. And I know some of the what's going on with your mom right now, and so they're kind of showing me like him at her bedside, you know, him on one side sitting there, and Mother Mary on the other, and Archangel Raphael like above with a big halo of green energy just like filling the whole room. So wherever your mom is at, that's what they've got going on over there. So it's they just want you to like just take it easy and just rest. They're highlighting rest and just like re-nourishing yourself, like nourishment as in like physical sustenance, like water, like just staying really grounded in like the most basic of routines and ways that feel natural for you to just feel at peace and like stabilized in your frequency. And like so they keep highlighting nature, like a lot of like I just see a lot of green energy, but I'm seeing like grass, like play outside, like maybe play in nature, because the word play just kind of popped out of my mouth and I wasn't thinking about it. So just being outside as much as you can, like get that fresh air, like breathe that in, and just when you breathe that fresh air in, like really just allow it to like take deep breaths and just like pull like anything up and out of the surface that just might be like worrisome to you, and just like let it go, like let it go, and allow. So allow like spirit to show you like what's next, and like the very next steps in that to take in any direction that you might be going. So in any aspect of your life, just the sense of like knowing like every like thing is perfect as it is in the certain way. Like it's very like a present moment type of feeling what they're giving me, just like only being conscious of like what's happening in the present moment, what do you need to focus on in the present moment, and not allowing your thoughts to kind of shift out of like that very like narrow yet like centralized focused space. They keep showing me Buddha, like they're highlighting Buddha as a like a mentor or guide on your team, that you could work more with his energy through meditation, or he might have activations for you as well, because he's also showing me the solar plexus for you as well, like activations. But I'm getting Buddha, very strong Buddha, like let him walk with you when you like go on a nature walk with Buddha, or you let him give you some grounding energy, because he will do that. He'll wash that energy over you if you're feeling scattered or like out of pace with like too much information coming in, and you can't keep the pace with as fast as it's coming in, and you feel scattered or overwhelmed with like maybe even emotional energy, and it could be coming from other people, not just you. It's like he'll help you find that place of like centeredness and balance within. So work with his energy. But yeah, that was a lot coming in, Alyssa. I hope it resonates for you. And Jenny.
All right.
For Chaz.
Chatty little one coming through. All right. So Chaz, this was an interesting question. Because my guides were being kind of sarcastic with me, saying that I'm not sure if this is a he or she, I'm sorry, either way, knows the answer to this question down the line, like the path is going to show itself. So music connects your soul with spirit. Your highest self will confirm this as a career. Did not all who ended up as a career in music start as a nuance? Your spiritual path presents itself in quiet moments. Listen to the quiet voice. Continue practicing connecting with Creator. Ask your guides to speak to you through your music. I am getting the answer yes, but not at this time, because there's no definite, like there's a wavering, should I or shouldn't I? It's not a this person doesn't have a direct line themselves in this answer and is looking for the answer outside of themselves. So basically the answer is inside of you, and it's great to ask this question. As far as how to walk your spiritual path, ask questions to your guides through meditation, grounding, water, breathing. A guide can help guide you, but the true answers come through your heart and the love energy you hold there.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And I'm hearing, and Jimmy's music will show you the way. So I do feel he's highlighting star quality. So with you, I don't know if you like maybe you play instrument. I'm just getting percussion. I don't know why I'm getting that out of the blue. If there's a sound you like or particular instrument that you play that would be in that range, or if you're thinking about something, but in any sense of the word, I resonate with everything Jenny was getting. I think if I was getting anything else before Jimmy just popped into my brain real quick, but before that, something else was, there, while she was sharing in extension of her message that she gave, I was hearing that there is a future timeline, that music is a path. So there's a future pathway for you. But what the guides want you to do is really tune into your heart center and allow your heart to show you what that path is, or what the highest pathway to like engaging in that frequency is. That's what they're saying, but it's just connecting to that, or like aligning with that path is, because there's infinite possibilities. Like, but your heart knows the way. So that's what the guides mean when they say the magic is within. They want you to really allow your sense of magic and curiosity and like excitement about something drive you. Like, that's a force of nature. That's part of what he means. Jimmy is showing me about the solar plexus. Let it drive you. It's like, let that sun energy just drive you forward. That's what he means by star quality as well. It's like, you have it within you. Yeah, it's like what Jenny was saying. The answers are within you, but it's like the drive is within you. Like, you literally get a buzz of excitement in your body when you think of doing something a certain way. And so keep reaching for the stars, Jimmy is saying. Keep reaching for the stars. If the drive is there, if the fire is there, if the light is there, if you get lit up inside when you visualize being in that situation, or that's the experience you want to have, he's saying, but you got to learn how, this is Jimmy now, you got to learn how to be in creator mode. Like, you've got to, like, if you want to like play like a musician, you got to be the musician. Like, you got to connect to the, I am the musician. I am, this is like how he's describing it. Like, you got to set up a stage that you can play on. Like, you got to put yourself out there, kind of like what we do here. It's like, okay, I'm not, I don't have I'm not a huge following, but I'm not, that's not really my main intention of being up here, is to help others. But in general, it's like, but I'm doing it anyways. I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is fun for me. Like, I would do this with 10 followers, as long as you guys show up. I'm like, yeah, like, I don't, I'm going to play my music. I'm going to play my sound, because this is what my heart, it makes my heart sing, is what I want to do. So he's kind of showing me that, like, so just go play your sound. He's like, go find where you can play your sound, where people will appreciate your music. And that's all symbolic, metaphorical too. That can be understood like in other ways. Like, for you, that is maybe a calling, specifically music, but for others, it might be something else that, in this case, music represents. What is that for you? What is that thing that you love to do, that you would do it even if there were like 10 people in the room, and that's the only 10 people that knew you were doing it? You know what I mean? But you would get out of it. So I love that message for all of us, actually. And I think I don't want to go past 10 more minutes over. So let's go with one more question and we can both maybe tune in for Nicole. I see. Or
Okay.
unless you have unless you want to do Melissa, you do Melissa and I'll tune in for Nicole maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Because that way they both can have their, I
Yeah.
don't want to leave anyone, but those are the, okay. All right. So Nicole is saying she saw yesterday unicorn card. Saw part of wait. Okay, I saw a unicorn card yesterday. One Rachel has pulled a while back. Is this a guide for me? Guide. What does it mean? Okay, so let me tune in. I'm hearing right away, like, yes, it's a guide for you, or there's a unicorn guide on your team. It's like a way to get your attention, or just the fact that you tuned into that to like ask this question is like a definite, it's like a confirmation, a yes for sure, because there's a lot of unicorn guides around you actually, and they're using the word protector guides on your team. They're also highlighting like healing energy, but I just see white, like that's a powerful, I don't know why they're highlighting white, but it's like maybe a color for you to wear more of or something, but there's an energy in the frequency of white that's like activating you right now on a certain level. And I'm trying to think, higher dimensional work is what they're showing. Kind of like what we call like astral work, but just higher. But what they're kind of correcting me or clarifying that it's their frequency is so higher dimensional that sometimes we don't feel their presence around. That's actually what they're saying. Sometimes we don't feel their presence around. So that's why the unicorns are saying, as a collective, for all of us to learn. And this goes for our galactic star seeds too, who have a very high level frequency, and same with the archangels and angelics. Sometimes it's hard to sense when they're specifically around because we're so rooted and grounded into the earth energy when we're just in our daily lives and routines, that some of the higher up dimensional energies, you need to practice more to connect with them, or to feel when they're around, to develop that sensitivity to differentiating their frequency is around you versus say like Mother Mary or another, maybe loved one that's crossed over. I mean, there's so many different dimensional energies, and they present at the 7th dimensional energy and like above. So they're very highly dimensional. And so I'm hearing like you're processing stuff, or they're helping you process stuff. And they're saying spiritual harmony. So bringing more balance and more grace, more magic into your life. They're highlighting like worlds of wonder and earth's magic. So they love your sense of wonder and curiosity is what they're saying. So you have a very playful and creative energy that draws them in. And that's what they're highlighting for us when working with the unicorn energy. It's like it's very childlike and innocent, and they're highlighting innocence and joy, and they're showing me they're reminding me that's why they showed me the color white, because I should know this because I've worked with the white rose. They're trying to remind me, but they're saying that's it. Like the magic is within the innocence. So white is the color of innocence and purity. So there is a purification process going on, and some kind of purification ritual, like a cleansing, like wash your slate clean, kind of wash your energy that you can do. And you can make this, incorporate this as like a routine with them, where you just like have them kind of wash you over or cleanse you, or it could be more of like a once in a while practice where you meditate with their energy and call them in to kind of like shine their light, I'm hearing. But it's like white, light, crystalline energy, diamond light type of energy, platinum I'm seeing. And then they carry all the colors of the rainbow. So they kind of like have the rainbow frequencies as well, really strong. If you see rainbows or unicorns, rainbows are a sign of unicorns for me, but they're kind of highlighting that for everyone as well. Like rainbows are a sign their energy is around. Like if you see a real rainbow, they're kind of showing me that there's unicorns nearby. They like to play around the rainbows is what they're saying. So I didn't know that. But yeah, so when you're like the frequency of a child, that's when you're going to draw their energy closer. They come closer to you the more you're in that frequency. And that is true for all of our guides, but especially for like higher vibrational beings, like the unicorns, the elemental beings. Love to be around people that are like playing and actively joyful and in their like purest, highest innocent form is what they're saying. So I hope that helps you and everyone else, because they're really big about wanting others to connect with them too. Like a double message. Sorry.
All right. So are you done? Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
They're like,
all right.
They went to go play.
For Melissa, it's short and sweet, and it's so funny because the first thing I heard was Van Halen singing "Go Ahead and Jump," and I just burst out laughing. I don't know if I was trying to control myself. And then the next part of the message is the universe will provide the finances you will need to propel you forward. Your voice needs to be heard, Sister Star. Have faith in your truths. Then they were showing the angels are throwing glitter all over you so you can shine. And your footpaths will leave. I'm writing sideways. Your footpaths will leave light in our world. And then they were showing that the glitter that they were throwing at you was gold colored.
Ooh, I love that.
Gold I know.
Glitter.
Yeah. It was kind of.
Oh, and they're reminding me, don't you, Melissa? You have a connection to the unicorns. They're like kind of reminding me that. Yeah. Like I was just, wow, that's awesome. They're here for you too, Melissa. It's like, and then some of us that have that energy, like we bring them where we go. Like we bring them with us. So.
Oh yeah.
So someone in the comments might be like watching this and or you know. You're reminded to, or you think about asking a question from the unicorns because somebody else here is here with unicorn magic that you're not even aware of that, but that's why you're thinking about them too.
Yeah,
it's awesome. I love it, and I definitely will go back. Yes, I know. It's so cool. I love it. So thank you everyone for coming today. Please join us on Monday for our intuitive practice with Jenny. I always try to show up and practice in the comments.
I know, I love that.
My kids are making dinner or something at that time, but it's still fun to practice along. Like I don't like to miss, the practice. I
know, and I'd love to have some of you guys come on live with us. So if you want to, just reach out, let me know. I'll give you the link. And I used to be really nervous getting up here and being live like this, but the more you do it, the more fun it is. And the energy, the collective energy, but that doesn't mean that we're not feeling your collective energy in the comments either, because we do. It comes through.
Definitely.
So thank you, Rachel, for having me on today. I had a lot of fun.
You're welcome. You'll definitely come back. I'm sure. I hope.
Absolutely.
What happened? He's like, yep. But just real quick, I just want to remind everyone to, if you want to register for my free Mediumship Circle practice, which is online, a Zoom online session where we just do this kind of thing on a grander level. And most people in the comments, a lot of you are regular participants in that. And I've seen so much growth and transformation. It's just so much more fun as a group when you're channeling, because all these synchronicities start playing off of each other, and it's just like, oh, wow, it's like mind blowing and activating on so many levels just to sit and watch and observe. So please join us next Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for that, and you can just reach out to me. All my contact information is in the descriptions box, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.